Game over. Game over. Lights out. You've just been completely obliterated publicly. With
Cool.
you've been folded like a chair caught with your pants down.
Morality, objective morality. This is a standard of morality that is not
This
influenced
could be like a
by
fucking 2-word
human
answer.
thought, human opinion, or human preference. It's a standard outside of any human influence. That's what
So do you
objective
just mean like
morality
dependent on a
means.
mind? Subjective is dependent on a mind, and
Look,
objective is.
objective just means mind independent.
Oh, okay.
That's all.
So God is a mind, right?
Yes.
Right. So if something's dependent on God, it would be So if something's
Yeah, so
dependent
it's
on God, it would be subjective.
No. God
What?
Yeah,
is
yeah. God's a
God
mind.
is
Oh,
objective. God is objective.
that's a toughie.
Sit down.
what?
Yeah, you really
What?
shouldn't let this
God
guy
is
talk.
objective.
What the hell are you
What's
talking about?
Well, now you're
Right?
just equivocating
Like
because
God
if
is
any
if what
objective
you
subject
because
mean,
is
look,
now an
look,
object.
look,
God is
look,
objective
idiot.
because he's the
Gavin,
standard. He's
Gavin,
the
idiot.
standard
Sir,
for
are you
You're
superiority.
saying
saying
that
no,
God,
stop
sir, are
talking.
you saying God doesn't
Like
have a mind? Gavin,
Yeah.
are you saying
if
God is
you
mindless?
agree to objective, yeah, if you agree to objective as independent of mind, right, and God is a mind, then it's subjective, right? What part of that do you disagree with?
He
Very
tapped
quiet.
out. That's it. He tapped out. Don't let him answer any questions.
All right, is Jay Pete still here? Because Jay Pete like sent me some weird DMs.
What
He
did he
said,
say?
he, he said, well, first he said I'm fucking like garbage, and so I said, nah, I do what I want. You don't know me. And then he said, well, he said like I shouldn't be a moderator, and you're a fucking pussy, and so I said,
His last like spurg out statement was funny because it was cut off like mid like punctuation when he was calling you like an asshole or whatever the fuck it was.
he's calling me like an
Great.
open asshole or something, and his last word to me was asshole. That is going to stop. Mark my words. So that's like some type of threat, but I don't know what he's threatening me with or
Mark my
for.
words, my dude.
Is Gavin still there, or did
No, I'm still here.
He's thinking about what just
Oh,
happened.
yeah,
do you
so
think God is mindless?
No, not at all. Not at all.
So if morality is dependent on God, then that means it's subjective, right?
No, because God is objective.
You're just asserting that.
But you just
No, I'm
defined
not
so what's the
asserting
objective
that.
as
argument?
That is
mind
well known.
independent.
That is well known.
You think that
But
God
you
is
just
independent of
defined,
any
oh my,
mind, then you think he's mindless.
I didn't say that. I didn't say
Wait, so
that.
you do think that wait, so you do think God has a mind?
Of course he has a mind.
So if something's dependent on him, then it would be not objective, right? It would
It
not
would be
be
objective
independent
because
of mind,
no, it
sir.
would be objective because if you're relying on God as the standard,
Would it be mind
which
independent? Would it
everybody
be mind
does,
independent?
which everybody does, when
If
we're
would
looking
it be
for
mind independent?
when we're looking for objective standards, we look to God because God is outside of human opinion and human preference.
Would it
No,
be mind if it's dependent on God, would it be mind independent?
No, the standards you're employing would
Okay,
You
be
said
objective
objective
based
was
on
mind
God's mind.
independent. Sir, you're contradicting yourself.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
He's so flippy floppy.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
this idiot doesn't
In your
even like
dreams,
he doesn't
in your
understand
dreams.
that outside of human
Yeah, I do
minds, right? If
understand.
birds had
I
look,
do
if birds
understand.
had morality, then that would be objective. You see what your position entails? Bird
No,
morality is objective.
my position is fine because objectiveness is something that is a standard outside of human opinion, human preference, um,
Yeah,
Totally
are
fine.
are
Oh,
birds outside of human opinion human?
Oh fuck.
What is wrong with you atheists? Why can't you think properly?
Yeah, no, why
Problem is
can't
we
you
It's
just
think
probably
properly?
you, buddy.
Like you're the
yeah.
person
Why
saying that
can't
like
you think
if
properly,
birds have
It,
Altoid?
it,
morality,
it
they'd be
seems
Think
that
objective.
properly,
everybody
Like
Altoid.
this
knows.
person
Everybody
is just
knows
like
what
an idiot.
objective means. Objective
Well,
means
you
something that
don't
is
because
independent
you're either like
from human
misusing it or
opinion
like
and
just
human
just
preference,
can't lie.
right?
No,
That's what
it does.
that's what
The
objective
human, the
means. But
no, because
how come everybody gets it except you guys?
no,
No,
that's not
Gavin,
what that means.
subjective is mind dependent, objective is mind independent. So even an animal,
Objective, objective is not appealing to human emotion, human preference, or human opinion.
Why human? Why
That's why.
human?
That's why
Why
when we
human?
talk about objective
Yeah, why?
morality, we're talking about appealing to God's morality because God is objective.
That makes no
no,
sense because
so
when you
it's
add that it
subjective.
is depending only on
It
mind
makes
of mind
perfect
humans.
sense to
No,
everybody. It
talking to dumb
seems.
people is fun, but I think this
So
guy
if
is
I
more dumb than
appeal to
that
the
Adam. He
preference,
probably
if I appeal to the preference of a chimpanzee, that is objective.
because it's not a human mind, right?
Yeah, it's not a human mind.
No, no. When you're appealing to objectivity,
No, but
you are
that's what you
appealing
mean by
to
objective.
God. You're appealing
No,
to God.
but that's not what you said before,
Yeah.
man.
No, no, we're not, right? So you're just an idiot. Like you can't even follow your own logic. Now, when you
I'm an
set out the
idiot.
Gavin,
Oh
standard of
goodness,
objective,
I'm an
no,
idiot.
stop talking, right? Now, if you set out the standard of objective as outside of the human mind, and chimpanzees aren't humans, then appealing to chimpanzees for morality would be objective. Like that just follows. Like
Which
it's
is
fine if you're an idiot and you don't see it, but like you're just being stupid right now.
It's funny. He that wasn't even his original definition. The original thing was
yeah.
mind independent.
But then he
So
did
he saw
special.
that led him where that led him. So then we even let him change his definition, and it's the definition he changed it to. He still hung himself. What a retard!
yeah, Gavin, does God have a mind?
It's just ridiculous.
Yeah, we already went through that. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah, so he agreed that God had a mind, then he realized that that would make it subjective, and then he said human mind, and then he realized that that would open the door for chimpanzees to make it objective.
okay, cool.
Look, Gavin, do you realize how stupid you look right now? Aren't you embarrassed?
There's no way he realizes that.
No, of course not. God's perfect. Everything
Exactly.
depends on God. It's all God.
Well, I mean, at least he has enough humility to
God
leave his
is.
mic muted right now. Wait, like, no, really, the psychology, though, don't you think that's why he's leaving his mic muted right now? Because he was humiliated and destroyed?
Yeah, it doesn't
No,
matter. I've been in.
no, it
He's
wasn't
talked shit to
humiliating,
me before in
destroyed.
rooms.
God is the objective standard, right? Everyone seems to know that,
What's
don't
the
they?
argument?
That is a waste of
That,
time. I don't know why you
that's a
guys are
great.
No,
wasting your time.
Gavin, we don't consider God objective because God is a belief system. Therefore, it's subjective.
Of course you
No,
don't
no,
believe
God is
God
a
is
sub.
objective because in your world, God does not exist. Is that right?
Wait,
Look,
Yeah.
even in your
Can I just?
world, he's a
but your
subject.
problem is, you're
Yeah, no,
using
you just
Christian
can't
real
follow.
estate
So you're
all
just
the
an idiot, right?
time.
And that's fine, but you just can't follow that
You're
he's a
using
subject.
Christian
You
real
just say
estate
that
all the
he's
time.
objective because
You're
you know,
presupposing
oh,
the
like
laws of logic
he's so
when you
big
use
and
deductive
powerful and he's like
reasoning,
outside of the
right?
mind, man.
When you use deductive reasoning, you
You're just an
presuppose the
idiot. Like
laws of
I don't see
logic,
why you're like
right?
continuing to talk, right? Because you don't know what objective is.
I'm
You
talking
gave a
because you don't know
definition.
what
It
you're talking
failed for
about.
you. You look like an
You're
idiot, right?
terribly,
And then you
terribly
gave another
uninformed.
definition, and you look like
Terribly
an idiot
uninformed.
again, right?
So
And so
deductive reasoning
you keep
presupposes the laws of
stumbling,
logic,
like
right?
tripping over your own
So
words,
the
right?
so the
So
contradiction, the
if you want to give
contradiction
an
to that
argument as to
in
why
an atheist
God is
no God
objective, then
world
go ahead. But
would be that there's no laws of
like if
logic
you
to
don't, then you're just an
presuppose. So therefore the laws of logic conform to God. To God. Is that clear?
That
Can
British guy, did you record that? That British guy, did you record that so we could put the Gavin humiliated and destroyed on your YouTube channel?
Yeah,
Oh,
please.
it's
Yeah, please
saved in
put it on.
replays.
Please put it on. Please put it on.
Yeah, I got that.
Yeah,
I don't know why you guys
This
can't
is what
get
happens when
deductive
people hang out
reasoning
with too much
dude,
presupposes
objective.
the
Actually,
laws of
bro,
start
logic.
Gavin,
become
look,
brain rot.
we bent you over, we folded you like a chair. Like, it's done for you, man. Like, it's done.
Oh yes,
Look,
yes,
look.
yes,
You
yes,
know,
yes.
you can
I'd
laugh
love
all you want, but like,
love to actually talk to
tell us what
somebody with a
modus
brain
ponens or modus
that
tollens. Like,
can tell me
give us a
about the
logic
harm
question and
that
Written hard
Christianity
and put away
has
wet.
delivered to the world. Would anyone like to talk about the harm that Christianity has done to Western culture?
Not particularly, not when we're still focusing on this, right?
Oh, okay, that's fine. That's fine.
You've said that objective is mind independent, and then
No, it's
when you said that,
independent of human mind. Independent of
right,
human mind.
and then, okay, look, I'm recapitulating the dialectic. Okay, so
Yep.
you first said that
this idiot is still
objective means
going.
mind independent, right?
Independent of human
Then
mind.
just 1 second, 1 second. You can disagree with me. That's fine. So
Okay.
what I took that you first said was that objective means mind independent, but when we pointed out that God is a mind, then you changed it to human mind independent. But then we pointed out that that would mean that a chimpanzee's opinion would be objective by your definition. And so then you seem to change it to like objective just means God's mind. Like what do you mean by objective?
Okay, simply this. An objective standard is a standard that is not influenced by human thought, opinion, or feelings. It's a standard that is outside of our human senses for it to be objective.
Are the preferences of a chimpanzee outside of human preferences?
Yeah, that's an illogical statement.
What? It's not a
It's a
statement,
what?
it's a question, first of all. But look,
I fucking
It
hate
was
It's
a
an
Australians.
illogical
question.
thing to say.
It was a
It's an
question.
illogical. Well, it's an illogical question.
what do you mean by illogical?
A child could
Well,
understand the question.
well, well, appealing to a standard that is outside of human feeling, opinion, preferences, that is truly objective, like God, whose mind is
Okay,
immensely
what is
greater than ours.
does
Immensely
truly
greater than ours.
objective mean? I mean, you haven't even
I've just
defined
told you.
objective, but like in your
I've
definition
just
of
told you.
objective, you're gonna appeal to
God is
truly
objective.
objective? Are
God
you
is
like an
objective.
idiot, right? Like you're saying
No,
X
no, no.
means yada
God
yada
is
yada plus
objective.
X.
God is 100% objective. Everybody seems to know that.
You know,
But
what's the
Why
argument?
can't you
what do
guys
you
get it?
mean
Well,
by
wait. First,
objective?
what does objective?
Why can't you guys get it that God is 100% objective and God is the standard that we appeal
Look,
to when we're
look,
Okay, can
wanting
we
Gavin,
move
we're
Okay.
not
on?
some
getting
kind of
this.
objective
We're not
This
ruling
look,
is running its
Gavin,
or
course.
objective
Gavin,
morality.
oh my goodness, Gavin, look, the reason why we're not getting it is because we don't know what you mean by objective, right? You've said that objective is
How
human
many
mind
times do I have to
independent.
repeat it,
That
Billy?
just 1 second. You've said that objective is like uh something that is not influenced by human minds, right? And so then
Or
someone pointed out,
opinions,
I think,
or feelings,
or
or
opinions, that's
preferences.
fine.
Yeah, yeah,
Or
yeah.
yeah, or opinions, right? And so someone pointed out, I think it was Godless, said that well, chimpanzees' actions and thoughts and stuff are not influenced by human emotions and opinions, right? So then by your lights that would be objective.
No, that's a pretty illogical.
Okay, so what do you mean by objective then? But that fits your definition that you gave earlier, right? So what do you mean by objective?
Well, I mean, all those things I said about objective, but also it's appealing to the mind of God, which is far higher than our human minds.
Okay, so if all
Because
by objective you
God's
simply
mind is truly objective.
sure
It's
that's
still
fine. So,
therefore
but
subjective.
if all you mean by objective is just um dependent on God's mind, then why didn't you just say that? Objective means dependent on God's mind. Is that what you mean by objective?
Okay. Well, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that.
So it doesn't
Oh,
have
okay.
any. So the objective doesn't have any explanatory value.
Oh
Absolutely,
yeah,
it has
so you're just
the
saying
best
God's mind is
explanatory value.
Yeah, the ground of all being is mind and not matter.
But then,
Right.
of course,
Right.
but then that's just going to be trivial, right? Because in an atheist position is that God doesn't exist, right? And so, and I'm not an atheist, but whatever, right? An atheist position is that God doesn't exist, right? So it's just going to be trivial that atheists don't have objective anything, because by your definition of objective, it just means dependent on God, right? An atheist doesn't believe in God, so it's just going to be trivial that an atheist doesn't have objective anything. But you're
But
not
the
saying anything
atheist,
interesting.
but here's the thing, Billy. The atheist uses the objectivity of
Now this
God
guy's
all
like a
the
bad
time.
cliche. Come on.
Yeah, but when normal
What's
people
that?
talk about objective, they're just using the philosophical definition, which is mind independent.
Yeah. Well, I'm a theist, so I'm saying that
Well, I think
objectivity
Kristen,
is
I think,
from is from. Can you stop interrupting me?
No.
Well, stop
sir,
saying
theist philosophers would agree that that's what objective means.
Well, yeah, but you have to say, instead of saying mind independent, we would say human mind independent, because
We've already
God is
explained
the
the
foundation. It would
problems
not
with
be
that.
God mind independent. So yeah, in a sense, you could say everything is truly
Here comes fucking
subjective
Mr. Analogy.
if it's mind related. So within the mind, and if God's mind is the foundation of everything, then nothing is actually ever objective outside of God's mind. So everything is, subject to a mind,
Why?
but not a human mind. I mean, and why?
Why?
Because just because going back to like Aristotle's unmoved mover, and cause, per se versus per accidents, and that sort of thing. It seems like
Just
it.
render an argument that shows that it's a necessary case.
Uh, I think I don't know if you heard me before, but if you want to be parsimonious, then you have to do a monism, and you could do like the four monisms. And I think the idealist or the mind.
I'm not interested in an ontological economy, right? Look, the point
Okay.
here being is I can just posit fucking side by side brutes and particulars that are just fucking foundational for everything.
Yeah.
Like it does what you're
Yeah.
saying fucking doesn't land, dumbass.
You
Okay.
can't do it without God. You
Here's your
can't
big.
do it without God.
Let me.
Okay.
Okay. So, but you're not.
God, I just wish there was like one person that's like British. You're so quiet.
Oh, sorry. I had my fucking hand over the speaker. Did somebody turn the replays off?
No, it probably just went over time.
Okay.
Yeah, you should have told us to end the room if you wanted to save it.
Gavin, you got folded like a fucking chair.
Yeah, in your dreams. Keep dreaming.
In my dreams, you wouldn't be in my dreams, son. This is what happens when people hang out with
how
fucking
much of that.
Smokey Say. They just, their brain rots and they just turn into fucking Gavin.
With Smokey Saint?
Well, I try not to hang around guys like you for too long because I just get dumber.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah, I don't. Maybe pay attention next time. But British guy, how much did you get it?
I think I got it all.
Of what?
Okay, cool.
Of this conversation?
Yeah, the whole Gavin and objectivity.
I mean, it's pretty embarrassing. Like
It was.
I think Gavin could learn a lot if he were humble, right? If he joined these rooms and he asked about inferences and whatnot, like we'd help him out, right? But
Yeah,
you
that's
know,
true.
he's not gonna be like that, so he's just gonna get the shit wrangled.
No, I can't be like an atheist, that's for sure.
Right, so
It's like
what's the
he just
material?
it's like he has a big folder of memes and he just says what's on the fucking meme. I can't be like
Yeah,
atheists.
Gavin is the Gavin's the real logic guy in the room. There's nobody else who's read a textbook or knows anything about it, right? So I mean, oh wise Gavin, what's a material implication since you know so much about logic?
Where do you Einstein think the laws of logic came from?
So you don't know? That's the answer. So you don't know.
Well, let's learn something today, guys. Gavin, where did the laws of logic come from?
I'm asking you guys. That was my
Well, we
question
don't
for you
know. We're
guys.
just atheists. We're idiots.
You don't know. Oh, well, if you don't know, then it's a pretty fruitless conversation to have.
Wait,
Well, you know, so why don't you tell us? Come on, Gavin, teach us something new.
Yeah, it looks like it's greening up in the middle. Probably need to.
Yeah, I got some fertilizer. It's gonna make.
Well, Gavin,
I
where
mean
did the laws
it's
of
just
logic come
really
from?
You guys actually do know, and you're
Oh, we do know, do we?
using theist utilities all the time in your worldviews,
Well, let's pretend I
which
don't
is
know
really
then. So
funny.
enlighten us.
Because if 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 there were no laws of logic, you wouldn't be able to use deductive reasoning. So that's just a fact.
Well, why don't you give us a deductive argument for where the laws of logic come from? How about that?
The laws of logic, absolutely
So
everything
P1
can be traced back to
is
God.
yeah, premise one.
Absolutely everything can be traced back to God. So the laws of logic
okay. So P1
come
is
from God.
absolutely everything can be traced back to God. Okay. P2. P2.
I don't need a P2.
Oh, so
Absolutely everything can be traced back to God.
just a claim, just a claim and a
I
therefore.
don't need a
Brilliant.
P2.
No.
But you said without laws of logic, we can't deductive reason. So
That's right.
let's say the deductive argument.
That is the
Wait,
argument.
you think that
Without the
God
laws of
created,
logic,
Gavin, you think God created the laws of logic?
absolutely. Well,
Oh,
where
so
else do
there.
you think they came from?
Oh, so before he created them, before they existed, he couldn't use deductive reasoning?
Do you know how many times I've heard that from an atheist?
How many times have you given an answer? 0.
That's the real question.
How many
I
good
don't need to
answers have you given?
answer ridiculous questions like
Oh, it's just
that.
obvious, right? You don't need an answer. It's just obvious.
Oh,
Yeah, it is
it's
obvious.
just
It's
so
really obvious.
beneath you that such a like lowly question to even answer, right? It's not that you don't know what you're talking about. It's that it's too simple for your massive universe brain that you have. Just your absolute cranium, noggin that you got resting on those shoulders. Right? That's the reason.
Wow. Thank you for validating how bad the atheist worldview
He's
is.
an absolute legend, bro.
Where would we be without Christianity? Isn't that a great question?
Can you answer the
Is that a
question?
reasoners?
Where would we be?
1,000 years in the future.
Gavin, let me help you out. Just so you know, like Christian philosophers, Christian apologists, You're not supposed to say that God created the laws of logic because that causes so many problems. You're supposed to say it's in God's nature to be logical. So go with that next time.
Well, the laws of logic are rooted within God, like objective morality is, like goodness is, like love is, that kind of thing. And yeah, the laws of logic, the laws of logic conform to God. But anyway, so where would we be without Christianity?
What's blah
We'd
blah?
be
I think
we'd
we
be
would be hating each other just like the Jews, I guess.
if we didn't have Christianity, we'd be in a mess.
What the hell does that
Yeah,
mean?
we would be like loving each other as friends, not and hating our enemies. That was the big point. Or
Yeah,
maybe